36. So after Presidential Decree 10006 rather, RA 7836 also talked about professionalizing teaching in the Philippines. So basically, RA 7836 36 was based from 7 PD 1006. So again, this is the Philippine Teachers Professionalization Act of 1994. So RA 7836. So this one is an act to strengthen the regularization and supervision of the practice of teaching in the Philippines and prescribing a licensure examination for teachers for other purposes. So again, as what I have said, this is based from PD 1006. If you could recall, PD 1006 was the first law which enables teaching to be considered as a profession. So RA 7836 is an improvement or a revision of such decree. And what has been highlighted in RA 7836 is the prescription or prescribing a licensure examination. So in PD 10006, it was not really elaborated there regarding the exam for teachers. But here it was emphasized that for you to become a professional teacher, you really need to pass or take the specific LET or licensure examination for teachers. So Article 1, let's talk about Article 1. Article 1 is about a short title, which is the Philippine Teachers Professionalization Act of 1994. This is RA 7836. So again, as what we have discussed in PD 10006, it is the responsibility of the state to also give recognition to the vital roles of teachers in the nation building and development of this responsible and literate citizenry. So the state recognizes the importance of teachers in nation building. Without teachers, we will not be able to present students or citizens who are literate, who are able to read and write, citizens who are good role models, who have love for our country, and so on. So that's why teachers must be given importance. So, what is the objective of these act? So, first one, it is about the promotion, development, and professionalization of teachers and the teaching profession. So, again, it just recalled again or restated again, nagani arena, Rina again pa. So it restated that teaching must be professionalized and that teachers must be considered as professionals. And also, it emphasizes the regulation and supervision of the licensure examination. So, what are the definition of terms? So, actually, uh, they have the same definition of teaching from PD 10006. First one again, we have your teaching. Teaching was still defined in RA 7836 as a profession concerned primarily on giving instruction, secondary level or elementary level, with accordance to the prescribed curriculum by the Department of Education, Culture, and Sports. Remember, can you see the difference now? In PD 10006, DepEd was called as DEC, Department of Education and Culture. In 7836, it is now called as DEX, PD or the Department of Education, Culture and Sports. Now, in the modern times, in our time today, it is called DepEd. You see, there is a progress. So from DEC to DEX to DepEd. So again, teaching then is under the uh, umbrella of Department of Education. So either formal, part-time or full-time, either also in public or private. As long as you engage in teaching, as long as you give instruction to your students, You facilitate learning, that is teaching. Next, teachers. Who are teachers according to RA 7836? The same thing with PD 10006. These are people who engage in teaching, either in elementary or secondary levels, whether they are full time or part time. So, even those who are teaching in TESDA, even those who are handling supervisory tasks, administrational function, and so on. So, even the principal, the dean, they are considered as teachers. So what definition has been added here? So we also have here the board. Board refers to the board of professional teachers duly established to conduct, uh, to choose who will be the examiners, uh, who will who will make the exams, who will assure that about the updates and problems in terms of teaching as a profession, and then the rest. Next, we have here commission. Commission refers to our PRC. And then, as you have to know, PRC stands for Professional Regulation Commission. PRC is the one who handles the licensure examination and also about the getting of license. So next we have here Article 2, the Board for Professional Teachers. Sino-sino ang mga nandito? Sino-sino ang i-consider na mag-construct ng ng questionnaire. So again, we have here in the composition, the board is composed of 5 members. Who are the 5 members? The chairman, the vice chairman, who are appointed by, of course, the Philippine president. And also we have here some of the recommendation. Uh, the president will appoint among the recommendations given by the commission. So what commission? PRC and so on. So what are the duties and functions of this board? So there are two main functions. First, prescribe and adopt a code of ethical professional standards for the practice of teaching. So they will be the ones who will uh, identify what are the policies, guidelines on becoming a professional teacher. So they will also need to look into the conditions of the teaching profession in general, what are still necessary, what are still needed to be enhanced, and so on. So what is the term of office? So they will be considered as members of the board for 3 years. Okay. No person has served for 2 consecutive terms. So one term is equivalent to 3 years, and you cannot serve for continuous terms. Next. So what are the qualifications of the board members? So they must be citizens of the Philippines, at least 35 years of age, and we have here they are degree holders of arts or Bachelor of Science in Education. So preferably they must be master's or doctorate degree holders. Why? Because again, they must know the ins and outs of education. They must also be professional teachers, and they must have taught in the profession for at least 10 years so that they can really relate. Okay, 10 years in the elementary and secondary level. Next, compensation. So how much should they be paid? So again, they must be under supervision of the board and custodian. They must be paid again the same, not more than 18,000. Article 3, examination and registration. So it means that what is the scope of the examination? So we have here two parts for elementary, Prof Ed and Gen Ed. And for secondary, there are 3 parts, as what I have said. You need to take Prof Ed, Gen Ed, and your field of specialization or your major. So what are the qualifications for you to be included in the examination? So first one, you cannot take unless you weren't able to file for application. Okay, if you were not able to complete the application, so you cannot take the exam. And you must also be a citizen of the Philippines or an alien of a country, or if you're a foreigner, that country must have reciprocity with the Philippines in the practice of teaching profession. So if you are a foreigner, you must also consider that the Philippine policies or standards for professional teachers must also be the same with your what they call this one with your country's policies para di po siya unfair or para teachers uh para it should be fair. At least 18 years of age, and you must be in good health and high moral values. Remember, let or the examination or licensure examination for teacher is also a test of intellect. So, dapat lang yun. Has not been convicted for final judgment by a court. So, you don't have any legal issues or problem. A graduate of a school or college recognized by the government. So, dapat you are a graduate of a prestigious school or a known school. So in the result of the examination, so you must ish you must wait for 120 days, 120 days for the result of the examination. So this is the grueling part or the what they call this one? Uh what they call this one? Uh napaka high ng anxiety during this time because you don't know whether you passed the exam, you have seen already the questions, and you have a lot of doubts about yourself, and so on. Issuance of certificate of registration. So, of course, you will be given once you will be notified or once you will see your name in the roster of new applicants or new licensed teachers. You will be given then a certification to testify that you have really passed the exam and you are indeed a licensed teacher. And in section 8, before you are going to practice as a professional teacher, you need to still go through with the act or oath taking. So, dapat nanunumpa ka muna bago ka maka-practice as a professional teacher. So, periodic merit, it means, what is periodic merit? This is a merit given for teachers if you wanted to apply for what I call this one for promotion in a government school, you can take the periodic merit exam. So this is for free, okay? And if ever you will pass, you will be given a certificate that you passed this one, and you can use that one as an advantage for for promotion. However, if you will not pass it for take two or for two times, it means that there is a tendency that DepEd will let you enroll again in some units as a refresher. So, failure to pass the merit examination, this is what I've said. So, for two times or second take, you cannot pass the merit exam. It means that you need to take some refresher course prescribed by DepEd. So intensive, who will, if ever you incentive, if you will pass the merit exam, you will be awarded a diploma. Is what I've said. You can earn merit points for the promotion of salary, for the purpose of promotion. You can be placed priority for government scholarship, and you can enjoy any benefits. Integration of the teaching profession. So it must be uh, it is said that no man is an island, so that's why you need to be grouped or you need to join organizations for teachers or regarding teaching so that you will also be updated about the policies or anything about the teaching profession. So you can join the PAFTE, you can join the Mathematics Teachers Society, and etc. So these organizations must be credited or recognized by the CHED, no, not CHED, but PRC or the Professional Regulation Commission. Next, revocation of the certificate of registration. So if ever you will violate any of the code of ethics or what has been stated in the code of ethics, your license will be revoked. Mapapawalang bisa ang lisensya mo. Makukunan ka ng lisensya. It means that you can either be suspended from the practice of teaching, okay, or you will be your practice teaching certificate will be canceled. So depending on the uh, how deep is your crime or how serious is your crime. So what are some of the cases na maaaring ma-revoke yung certificate mo or lisensya mo? So first, we have your conviction of any criminal offense by a court of competent jurisdiction. So any crime like sexual harassment and immoral and professional or dishonorable conduct. So it means probably you are involved in gambling, you are involved in uh drugs, and so on. Declaration of by a court of competent by being mentally unsound or insane. It means that you will be proven to be someone who is not mentally healthy and you are dangerous emotionally. So probably, not probably, you will be suspended or your license will be revoked. And we have here malpractice. Malpractice, gross competence, incompetence, gross negligence, or serious ignorance of the practice of the teaching profession. It means you are very harsh to your students like this. Okay? Namamalo ka, napabombo ka, napatulfo ka. Okay, next. The use of perpetration or any fraud or deceit obtaining a certificate of registration. You faked your license. You faked your identity. That is subject for also revocation. Chronic inebriety or habitual use of cracks. So that's it. And registration of reciprocity, Rooster of Professional Teachers, registration and exemption. Again, it is said that once you get your license, you must register yourself to be called as professional teacher, officially called as professional teacher. Once you will be then registered, then you will be included in the Rooster of Professional Teachers. Then your license is valid for 3 years. So you need to renew it every 3 years and it expires during your birthday. Okay? Provisions relative to the practice of teaching profession. Inhibition against the practice of teaching profession. No person shall practice or offer practice the teaching profession in the Philippines or be appointed to be called as professional teacher without previously obtained a valid certificate. So you are not called a licensed teacher if you have no license, if you did not pass the board exam. Penal provisions, if ever you will be caught practicing a profession, even if you don't have the license, you can you can be filed some cases where a case could be filed against you or you will be penalized. For penalty, we have your 1,000 to 3,000 and you can be imprisoned for 6 to 10 months or 1 year, 6 months to 1 year. Okay? And another one we have here in fine. You can be fined for not less than 5,000 to 20,000 and 6 to 5 years imprisonment. If ever again you will not be if ever you will not be called if you will ever you will not pass the exam, you can be called as para teachers. Para teachers are those who have taken the exam, however they did not pass the cutoff. Munti ka na, malapit na yung score, gamay na lang. Okay, so however they can still apply in public school, but they will be tagged again as para teachers. Para teachers are like sila yung binabala, sila yung sinasabak sa arm autonomous Muslim Mindan arm yun na yun. And sila yung sinasabak sa mga bulubunduking areas and so on. So depende rin sa need kung saan yung in need na school. So that's it. Approved December 16, 1994.